What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So how do we know that a person is definitely a narcissist? Because a lot of times the word narcissist is used to label someone who portrays narcissistic traits. And it also describes someone with a personality disorder. But that's not always true, and a lot of times we can easily mislabel a person based on the length of time in history that we had to deal with a narcissist. And so it's like it puts us on high alert, and it lets us know that, it instantly points out things that a person does that we had to deal with before with a toxic individual. But that doesn't necessarily label them a narcissist. And it's not right to go around labeling people, a narcissist just because they've shown you certain sides of them that rubs you the wrong way. When you don't really have the fullness of their character, you haven't spent any time around them. Like, it's a lot of things you don't know. So it's just not right to just go calling people names because you don't know, you just don't know their story. As a matter of fact, you can be taking things the wrong way about the person. You can be, on your own perception of something that you have misjudged. And that's what it could be. That's why we have to be careful with the things we speak on people. You really have to be careful. Because if y'all know me, y'all know that I hate false witnessing. Pointing something out about someone's character is one thing for whatever reason. But I personally believe it's best to let people find someone out for themselves. And that's something my mama used to always tell me, is find people out for yourself. And she wasn't just telling me that, just repeating something, that she learned from her mother. She was telling me that from experience, because it can ruin things between you and someone else because you just don't know. You're going on a first thing and you run with it. And we shouldn't do that. We should slow down and find people out for ourselves. Especially, calling someone a narcissist, because that's dealing with a person. You talking about someone with a personality disorder. That's a huge thing to stamp on someone. Don't put that on my name if you really don't know me for that. Like, you got to dig deeper into a person's character and really learn who they are before you just call them a narcissist. I do not get on here and speak on things just to have a video. I tell y'all about people who I deal with, one on a daily basis and one from my past experience. Someone who's I was in a relationship with, someone who I have children with, people who I work with. Other than that, other folks, I just don't go around mislabeling people because they show me sides of them that the narc really has, And just because that person really haven't experienced it for themselves, it's like, stop trying to convince them that that's who someone is. It's false witnessing. And let me be the first to tell y'all that I am not an expert. I do not want to be labeled as one. I see narcissism as a spiritual attack, spiritual warfare. I see it as an evil spirit, something that we cannot battle alone. And I look at it as a gift when God gives us this discernment to be able to share what happened to us. It's a message within that I want people to get. It may resonate with some people. They may be able to really feel what I'm saying, and some may not. Let me tell you, I'm not for everybody. I'm not. And I'm all right with that. I just hope that they get the help that they need to really figure out things and understand the fullness of it for themselves, wherever they get it from. I hope that it gives them the right message. And don't take it into a whole nother direction that doesn't have anything to do with the message. With the message, with the experience, and with giving you the proper tools to know, how to go forward after this type of abuse. All praises to God for me, for giving us the spirit, the blessing. He blessed me with a strong spirit of discernment, and it showed me the person's true character. And it was scary as hell at first. It was shocking. It was traumatizing. I went through levels of feeling a certain way before I was able to really share my experience and give a message through it. Like I said, sometimes it's going to reach people and sometimes it's not. I just hope that my videos, it helps people to recognize that type of abuse and know what they're dealing with. And I hope sometimes I can give a solution, a healthy solution. Because I don't ever want anyone to put themselves in harm's way trying to figure this out. And I encourage anyone who share these type of videos to humble yourself and think about why you're really doing it in the first place. Because at the end of the day, this is a message that we are sharing based on different experiences. And there is no right or wrong way to share your experience. I don't have to do all this in order to show you that. That's not my character. I'm not trying to be who I'm not. So don't expect nothing different out of me. What you see is what you get. If y'all been seeing this for a long time, it's probably going to be this way for a while. This is me. This is all I have to give. Again, it's about the message. It's not about us. I don't need praises. I don't want praises. That's why I don't want labels. I don't like to be called a coach. Y'all already know that. And I'm saying this in the most respectful way. I'm not a coach. Y'all don't have to call me that. I ain't nobody. I'm just telling y'all what I've been through. That's all. I'm getting on here telling y'all my experiences with narcissism abuse. That's all. And there are so many videos like that. And I just hope that anyone who comes across the video, they come across it for a reason. They leave with the message that really helps them. And it doesn't have to be mine. That's all I'm saying though. It's about experience. There's no right or wrong way to share your experience. You cannot make this up. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to anybody. It can happen to anybody. Satan can use anybody. He will use anybody. I'm not going to say he can. He will use anybody. And a lot of times we get besides ourselves. I mean, don't ever feel like you bigger than the spirits in this world. Please don't ever feel like that. Like I say, humble yourself. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to just leave it at that. But, what determines who's a narcissist? How do we label someone a narcissist? Well, to me, it's determined by a person's behavior. And when this person has shown us time and time again the same pattern of toxic behavior, that's when I believe it's pretty safe to say they're a narcissist. But I'm just going to share these two examples from two different, situations. And this is based on my experience with my ex and, of course, with the person I work with. The one who I have blown y'all ears off talking about on this channel. through my narc videos. I started off talking about my coworker, people I work with. Not everybody I work with is a narcissist, even though some of them show the traits. Hell, somebody probably labeled me as one back in the days. But now I know what this is. Lord, I would love to know if I have ever came off as that to anyone, so that I can see them today and apologize, because that's just not what I don't ever want to put that on someone. Never. But the reasons why they don't want you to meet the new supply or the other supplies is because, well, what happens if all the suppliers put their heads together and find out some things that just weren't true, Because narcissists are known for making stories up to make other people look bad. And trust me, you've been talked about bad, and the narcissists have dragged your name to all the other supply. That's a pattern. That is a pattern. My second example is my ex. He did that. That's why he's so guarded. That's why narcissists are so guarded, especially with the new supply, because they had to drag your name to start it off to make themselves seem like a victim. It's a pattern. They do that to every single person who they've dated, in a relationship with. Trust me, you've been dragged. Pattern. Same thing with the co-worker. You talk about these people that, oh, you want us to meet. Okay, so I tried to make myself, I approached the person to greet them, this person who she so claimed she wanted me to meet. I come outside of work one day, and it was like she was rushing. And it was like this pattern of her doing that all the time with these people, and it didn't dawn on me till later down the line. That's why you didn't want me to talk to them. And it's just a natural human reaction to have this, thoughts of a first impression. So I was saying to myself, that person, they look mean. And I look mean. I know I got this mean resting face. I'm not mean. That's just the way I look. And that's how we think about people a lot, the first impressions. So I was like, she look mean. Say to myself, they didn't even speak back to me or nothing. I wonder what was up with that. Again, later down the line, I figured it out. That's how they have to set things up to get the supply they need. They need that person to, to be the shield for them. And of course, they're not going to greet you. You're not going to have a warm greeting from the new supply. A lot of times they already hate you before they even met you because of the stories they have heard about you. So those are patterns of narcissism. Those, just to name a few, just to name those two. It's the greeting. And of course, there's the love bombing. And then there's the silent treatment. Love bombing, silent treatment, pattern. And then there's things that just come out of their mouths that you don't, it's like you expect it. It's like a matter of time. And you get so used to that type of treatment, you brace yourself because it's coming. In some senses, they kind of help you become strong because of the abuse they put you through. Pattern. And if you've dealt with this for a long time, over and over again, that's a pattern. And I think it's safe to say that that person is a narcissist. But I'm going to speak more on this topic in the next video because there's more things that I wanted to talk about, just to put it out there in the atmosphere because it came to my spirit for a reason. So I'm going to share it.